At 2 a.m., the woman stood blankly in front of the mirror. She put on the nightgown her husband liked the most and struck a seductive pose, but her heart was filled with sorrow. To pull herself together, she felt she had to pretend to be happy. So she invited her husband's best friend to spend the night at her home. She thought it might drive away her inner sadness, but after the brief moment of pleasure, she still couldn't face herself. Rose once had a happy family, but after 10 years as a housewife, her husband left her without warning. His reason was chillingly simple. He was just tired of her. Watching her husband walk away, Rose didn't try to stop him. It wasn't until her daughter came home that she and her 2 girls held each other tightly and cried. The next day, Rose still felt like breaking down, but knowing she had 2 daughters to support, she pulled herself together and searched for jobs everywhere. Yet she couldn't find anything suitable. Out of options, Rose decided to try working at a restaurant. But as soon as she reached the entrance, she turned and hurried away. She couldn't imagine herself wearing a uniform and serving others. However, after several days without a proper meal, Rose returned to the restaurant. There, she saw a waitress sneakily putting tips from a table into her pocket. Another waitress noticed and yelled at her on the spot. Because they were disturbing the customers, both were fired by the manager. Seeing this, Rose took a deep breath, walked into the restaurant, and successfully applied for the waitress job. But after 10 years without working, she not only faced insults from senior staff, but also had to deal with customer complaints. What broke her most was that after working hard all day, she didn't earn a single cent. Instead, she ended up paying 25 cents of her own money after making a mistake with the bills. Back home, Rose rushed to the toilet and vomited, then broke down sobbing. But soon, her luck turned. The restaurant's pancakes often received complaints, so she offered to take over making them, promising to restore the shop's reputation. At first, the owner just wanted to give it a try. But to his surprise, Rose's pancakes became a huge hit. So the owner immediately made a deal with her. He would order 35 pies from her each week at 35 cents per pie. Gradually, Rose's pies became well known in town, and several other restaurants signed contracts with her. As business grew, Rose took out a loan and rented a shop of her own. However, on her last day at the restaurant, a man caught her attention. After just a few words, Rose, as if enchanted, got into his sports car. But she never expected that leaving for those 2 days and 1 night would lead to an irreversible tragedy. Her younger daughter at home had a high fever, but no one could reach Rose. They missed the best time for treatment, and the little girl closed her eyes forever in her hospital bed.